Hi, what causes in a poor man a kuruta? Ebu Beligamo, billion. What you want to men a pilotimo? Well, it's a biniguamo, billion. Kulio, billion. CHUKWU ABIAMA. Boronanya, Kulio, billion. CHUKWU ABIAMA. Boronanya. Kulio, bilisiano, CHUKWU ABIAMA, Pusiera Nanyaga, Kulio, biliano, CHUKWU ABIAMA, Pusiera Nanyaga. Maximum respect to my own diluted leader, Prophet Mazinan Dekano. EU kept quiet, America kept quiet, UN kept quiet, the whole world kept quiet. EU kept quiet, America kept quiet, UN kept quiet, the whole world kept quiet. EU kept quiet, America kept quiet, UN kept quiet, the whole world kept quiet. EU kept quiet, America kept quiet, UN kept quiet, the whole world kept quiet. They came from Sahel, they came from Chad, they came from Niger, Senegal and Mali, claiming our land, killing our people because of our blessings. My God, go to the bushes now, they're everywhere. Kidnapping and killing people every day. Raping and killing our women and men, slaughtering them in their family. Hey God, kidnapping and killing Christians night and day, and nobody they talk. Chimo, dividing and ruling we anyhow, as if you are not human being. My God, abducting and killing Biafrans every day, and the whole world they watch, the whole world they see. CHUKWU ABIAMA, CHUKWU ABIAMA, Ourland. What causes in the problem? Ebu Beligamo, billion. But you can't too many pilotimo. Police have been billion. CHUKWU ABIAMA, CHUKWU ABIAMA, Ourland. They splitted us just the killers. They rape our papa, they rape our mama. He go do me, we are one. Ishan and Banke, we are one people. The Robo Isoko, we are one. His own security, we are one people. Ogoni Kalabari, we are one. Kalabana and Nibo, we are one. He go do me, we are one. Ishan and Banke, we are one people. Robo Isoko, we are one. His own security, we are one people. Ogoni Kalabari, we are one. Kalabana and Nibo, we are one people. They splitted us, just the killers. They rape our papa, they rape our mama, they rape our wives, they rape our girls, they rape our sisters, raping even our children, raping their car with the concealer to women with the top and they die. Small. CHUKWU ABIAMA, CHUKWU ABIAMA, CHUKWU ABIAMA, go to the one nation, wake up now and fight for your freedom. Wake up, your foundation, wake up now and fight for your freedom. Wake up, go to the one nation, wake up now and fight for your freedom. Wake up, your foundation, wake up now and fight for your freedom. Wake up, Massimo, Durani Labasien, Ohamadike, Durani Labasien. I want to worship in the golden altar. You said you are going to build in CHUKWU. We are all the Biafrans, we gather together to worship in the Elohim. We are all the Biafrans, we gather together to worship in one accord. We are all the Biafrans around the world, we gather together to worship in Elohim. I love to worship in the golden altar. You said you are going to build in CHUKWU. Massimo, Durani Labasien, Ohamadike, Durani Labasien, when you do Simon Ekpa, and all the IPOP members around the globe. Obaromo Biafra ne Papa, Obaromo Biafra ne Tininku.
As long as we come on air every evening, the whole world must listen. As long as we preach this very gospel, CHUKWU ABIAMA must be with us. Therefore, without any further hesitation, we must proceed to offer every prayer to CHUKWU ABIAMA who resided in heaven. Therefore, as we always commence, not from today, but from of old, our Father who art in heaven, Nanying kebine ligwe, ka aha gị dị nsọ, that your name may be hallowed by men, that we may bow at the mention of it, that we may offer every glory unto thee, that we may offer you every adoration and adulation, because there is none like thee. You fight our battles for us. Every blessed day you demonstrate through your kindness and your everlasting mercy that you are our Lord, our God, and our Creator. This evening we offer these your children unto thee all over this very planet that you created. They are listening across the entire 24 time zones on this very planet where they inhabit. They are listening to your gospel this very evening, this gospel of redemption, a gospel of hope, a gospel of restoration, a gospel of renewal, this very gospel of freedom, this very gospel of emancipation as only you ordained. That this very gospel must be preached, that mankind may be set free from the eternal damnation of the creation of the British. My goodness me, I want to remain in the spirit, because we must worship heaven. We answer your name, O Lord of hosts. Everything about us is designed to offer glory unto thee. We have atoned for our sins last year. This very year we have not only atoned for our sins, we have spilled, we have shed blood, they have shed our blood. We have let our sacrifice be made unto thee. Even on the 30th of August, as we are being felled by the bullets of the enemy, by the workers of iniquity and of darkness, we remain very strong today to beckon upon thee, to ask you for your mercy and for your grace, to ensure that your kingdom is restored upon the face of the earth, that you can bring your healing hand to bear upon the life of those of them that you created for one singular purpose, and that purpose alone, which is to worship you in truth and in every honesty. Is there any way that we have erred? Is there any way that our ancestors may have sinned? We confess before a congregation of the whole of humanity to ask you, O Lord of hosts, to have mercy upon us. You must have mercy upon us. We have suffered enough. We have been subjugated enough. We have been tortured enough. We have been imprisoned enough. We did not do these people anything. Our only crime is to answer your name. Our only crime is to be born your children. Our only crime is to excel at everything that we place our hands into. Our only crime is to exhibit your glory and your blessing, which manifestedly is upon our lives every blessed day. That is why they want to kill us. That is why the British want to join those of them who don't know you to destroy your creation and your inheritance. You will not allow shame to befall your name. You will not allow the enemies to triumph over the lives of your children, because you created us to exist, to worship, to honor, and to praise you. That is exactly what we are going to do when this Biafra comes. It will come in truth and in every honesty, because we remain every blessed day. Chukwu ABIAMA binigwe, whiter than white and whiter than snow. Is there any way that we have sinned that you cannot forgive us our trespasses, to enable us to fulfill your own word which was spoken thousands of years ago, that instead of what you promised not to come to pass, that heaven and earth will cease to exist? You opened your mouth, CHUKWU ABIAMA, to bless mankind to the coming of Yahweh Yeshua, who came here and said, let your kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. Those words can never be in vain, because they are anchored upon your holiness and your magnificence. That is why in the end we know that Biafra will come, that these children that we have given birth to all over the world, and their children, and their children, and their children, as long as they give birth to them and they are Biafrans, they will worship you in truth and honesty. Through this very work we are doing, mankind will come to understand you. Let your miracle be wrought in our lives. Let us witness and behold your magnificence, your holiness, your mystery, and your grace under our command. O Lord of hosts, we call upon you. We call upon you to heal. We call upon you to provide succor to those of them who are inconsolable. We ask you to come and strengthen those who are weak. We ask you to restore hope where there is hopelessness. We ask you for inclusion where there is destitution. We ask you for one brotherhood, one camaraderie, one bone, one blood, and one flesh of your children. The Efiks and the Bibios, the Izon, the Shekiri, the Isobos, and also those of them from Isoko. We are traveling all the way to the lands of Igala. We are moving on from there to Idoma, to Igede, to the territories of the Igbo land. All these places we dedicate unto thee. All these lands of yours, we ask you to cover it with your mercy, because Biafra will come, and when it does, we will dance on the streets. I'm telling you, by the time that we are done, humanity will think that we are mad, we are drunk in your glory, and rightfully so, because your kingdom will come to rest upon this very earth. That very kingdom is the unadulterated, non-negotiable sovereignty of the Republic of Biafra, that your will may be fulfilled in our time. All this we pray, all this we ask for, in no other name apart from that name that belongs to you. He said, my name is Nnamdi Kanu. I am the leader of indigenous people of Biafra all over this very planet, I tell you. I lead indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB. So also do I command the armies of Biafra. They are fiercely loyal. They are loyal, I tell you, and doing the work that I expect them to do. I also direct Radio Biafra not through any power which I possess or any extraordinary knowledge, but by your grace, O Lord. By your grace, CHUKWU ABIAMA. We honor you and we adore you. I know that some people listening, including the British, may not understand what we are doing. But there is nobody in Britain that answers Nwachukwu, the child of heaven. We do. Therefore, when we worship our Father, people should not try to be jealous. They should not feign ignorance or misunderstanding, because we are ancient people. We have been doing this for over 5,000 years and will continue to do so until the end of time.
We are on autopilot, I can assure you, and the precipitous collapse of the zoo assure you, and the precipitous collapse of the zoo.
You must go and listen to Simon Ekpa, who is doing a very fantastic job. Very great job that Simon Ekpa is doing. Very, very, absolutely fantastic job that he's doing. You must listen to him and share his videos accordingly. Very, very important. He is bringing a new dimension to this very awareness that we're making, and you must listen to him. Very, very important.
A warning to all of them that we are not joking. I do not believe in peaceful actualization or whatever rubbish is called. I have never seen where you become free by peaceful means. If you know, you tell me. I am a student of contemporary history. I have never come across anywhere in history books where you get your freedom out of a peaceful process. It's never happened. Never, ever, ever.
Now, let me ask you, if
that is why every Biafran must rise up to make sure not even chicken will be seen in the street. They capture Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Oh, you see, we have captured him. Oh, they have captured him. Oh. Now, he, his activity is this Biafra thing. Oh. So give us Igbo prisoners.
All right, good morning, Biafrans and lovers of freedom. Good morning from my end here. Like all of you knew, my name is Mazi Okonkwo, Biafran TV. And I hope I'm communicating. If you can hear me, please give me a signal that you can hear me. But notwithstanding, I want to extend my greetings to all my followers and those of you who have been joining me on my broadcast. Today morning is Sunday. And I am here today also to still speak upon our sit at home, which has been spoken out and also narrated, and everything that we're going to use for the sit at home has been out by the spokesperson of Biafra under the leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I will not hesitate to thank my fellow autopilots, media team, and also prayer teams. And also I want to extend my greeting to our person, Mazi Simon Ekpa, followed by Mrs. Charles Wankwo, aka Honorable Azuka. And before I will continue this morning, from my end, I would like you to join me. Just pay attention today. The reason why I am here this early morning is also to alert our people, as the one of the voice that I've been choosing for the restoration of Biafra, to alert it to you today. If you are going to the church, I am asking you to know that the church will not host today in Biafra land. Point and clear. God is everywhere. Go into your house, lock yourself. Our sit at home still commence. And if you eventually comes out, whatever thing you see, you're going to use your head to carry it. That's why I am here this early morning without disturbation. I will go directly to what I am here to do. And I want to thank all Biafran, those of you who have been listening and following both media teams and Mazi Simon Ekpa. But before we continue, I want us to listen to a particular voice note from one of our brother. I got this from my sister, Eunice, and I also want to thank the source. When you see people who know how to articulate words, to put their thoughts into words, you use their comment to pilot the affair of our freedom. So this morning, this afternoon, this evening, depending on where you're joining me, I will urge you, plead with you to share this broadcast and also subscribe to Mazi Okonkwo Biafra TV, so that anytime when I get a new update, you will be the first to get it. Subscribe to my channel. This is Mazi Okonkwo Biafra TV. Go there and click. The reason why I'm pleading with people, our brothers and sisters, those of you who are following me, to click the button top up, click the button notification, and subscribe at the same time, so that anytime that we are live, you will be getting our messages and join us for the spreading of the gospel of freedom, the gospel of referendum, the gospel of peace, the gospel which has been imparted in us through Mazi Nnamdi Kanu by the special grace of God. Please, I'm live now. I am direct. The time now is 5 minutes past 9 o'clock in European time. So I'm precisely in the Netherlands. So please join me and spread this particular message so that you can always join and know when we bring a new update. The car you are seeing there is on fire. But before I go into the details, I would like us to pay attention and listen to this particular voice note that I'm going to play to you. Very educative one, very inspiring, very educative. For most of you who are alive in the spirit, I want you to listen to this voice note. Pay attention and listen to it and share this broadcast accordingly. And I know also that in a short hour, some of my colleagues in autopilot will be coming live this morning, this evening, this afternoon, depending on where you see us, to also carry on their own activities, to also preach the good tidings. That we must make sure that our sit at home, that is our main intention. The sit at home must commence and nothing will stop it. All right. Those of them that are mocking the sit at home today, their impunity has come on the surface. They paid and they pay alliance with all the enemies of Mazin and the Kanu, and it's because of this Simon is there. That is the reason why we commence the sit at home. Well, that's the reason why we sit at home. But they do not understand. That's why the Dragon Master Simon always use the term, what you don't know is bigger than you. All right. So autopilot is the real key to unlock the way to our freedom. All right. So I want you to pay attention while I play this voice note. Please be still and listen.
Addressing Igbo's idiosyncrasy today. We are talking about Biafra, but Igbo is a major component of Biafra. Fulani Islamic terrorists sponsored by international jihadists in swaps, ISIS, with vast resources from Gulf states. There are Islamic fundamentalists in Gulf states fingering into Nigerian Islamic expansionism in two directions. One coming from Sunni Muslim and the other one coming from Shiite Muslim. The Shiite Muslim is what you hear as the Islamic movement of Nigeria, which the Dr. Al-Zazaki is the head. Remember, Dr. Al-Zazaki was in jail. That one is sponsored by Iran. Iran budget billions for them every year. The one that is now encroaching into our place is sponsored from Afghanistan. So why am I speaking to the Igbos? I was ashamed to be an Igbo man. Very much ashamed. The Igbos claim to be the most intelligent people in Africa. I started to doubt it. I'm suspecting the effect of Western education on Igbo culture. So why am I ashamed? 250 women were slaughtered and chopped into pieces, and children in a Yamufu. I didn't see an outrage among Igbos. I didn't see demonstration in Onitsha blocking determined. They are being helped by Nigerian federal military. Nigerian federal government is a failed government. It cannot manage police. It cannot manage the army. It cannot manage ministry. All they do is steal money. And they will run away with their children. The Islamic militias are highly determined. They have finished Benue. Now they are encroaching in Igbo land. Must they get to your grandmother's house before you start to fight back? All Igbo boys and girls from 15 years to 30 years old, you need to start training yourself to defend your place. I will not come and defend you. That's one thing I don't do. You have to defend yourself by yourself.
All right. Good morning, brothers and sisters, Biafrans and autopilot, the ones that are listening to me here. When I heard the sound of the voice of this our brother, I could not sleep the whole night after yesterday broadcast. And I want to tell you that we, the autopilot media, everyone is working immensely, tirelessly to make sure that every plan more continue, and you're going to learn a lot from saying. I hope my internet is not going to interrupt me today because I have a lot of things to say. And after that, I'm also going to open a line for anyone. But our intention is everyone should go into their house. That is why we're here. And our brother says something that is very, it's not that we don't know these things. He has proclaimed, put it as a message, he has passed. Kano has brought us so far. And I am here today to touch some of the things that our brother has said. If the internet and the YouTube or Facebook should allow me this early morning. Why is it that our people are so daft? We are still talking about the sit at home, and I hear many people this early morning still contemplating if they're going to go to the church. You want to go to the church? You can go to the church. But before you go to that your church, I want you to watch this video in case if you're going to be one of the victims along the side going to your church. Watch this. All right. I don't know what happened, but we still insist that you should sit at home. We still want advise you to sit at home because today, many of you are still contemplating if it is a joke. Many of you are still thinking, it is Sunday, you want to go to church. We want to tell you this. There is a reason why we summon all of you to sit at home. There is a reason why we are vibrating and warning all of you to sit at home, because the Fulani jihadists, they have made up their mind. What we actually do or doing is that we want to put all of you into a strong training, because it's not a matter of saying, you are in Europe, come down now, you are in Europe, why must you be in Europe, and begin to control those who are in abroad. Let me tell you, here where we are is where God has set us to be, in order for us to help people that are down there by different kind of contribution and idea. In place where you are, if not we that are in diaspora, who would have heard your voice, a country like dark as Nigeria, who have never give you access to internet, who has never given you access to electricity, who has never given you access to water to live, the natural thing that God has given unto you. But the Fulani today has come to Nigeria with the help of the Western people to intimidate you as a Biafran, to cause Holocaust, to kill you and massacre you. Look at how many amount of people that die in the Hamofu. And yesterday, during our autopilot broadcast, Barawa Sonny or Akuse 247 was able to pull a video where the Westerns are saying that you are lesser than animal, and of course also that Nigeria has never been in the book of terrorists after all the things that have happened, answers to the people they kill in Obibo by Wike. Devuma, he killed a lot of them. Hopos of them are massacred a lot of them in Imo State. There are evidences of these things. Oju Zokali also promising to comb you and comb you out of your family. OKIKE so massacring our people, and many other people are still shouting for 2023 election. That is why we have come here to tell you. Any of you who are still talking about 2023 election, I lay a curse on you this early morning. It shall never be well with you because of the impunity that the Nigerian state has committed against the people of Biafra. That is why every day we are aggressive to make sure that we free ourselves. We are aggressive to make sure that we liberate ourselves from this Fulani jihadis or castration. And that is why we must not stop from anything that we put down. And I want to tell also Biafran that this sit at home, you see, we are using this sit at home to saturate Biafra land, both from the mountains, from the hill, from everywhere, especially in Enugu State and Onolo, where the Fulanis have hidden a can, tons of weapon, using Dangote trailer to come and pack their weapon there against the 2023 election, because they know it is never going to work out. So what are they doing? They want to take you ahead of the time. Every Fulani man, both rich and small, are in this game together, because the Fulani are a set of people, nomadians too, who do not have a destination. What do? They want to use invention. They has prepared this war for a very far long time ago, and many of our stupid brothers and sisters are still shouting Obi. Look at all of them shouting Obi. Obi himself know within himself that there's nothing on earth that can make him to be a president of Nigeria, and many people are still believing that Obi will believe a boy and become a man. You are a stupid man, so to say. We are in autopilot, and we must not relent. We are here to make it clear to you. The spokesperson of Biafra has spoken. The spokespeople of Biafra have spoken, and we must carry out every plan. This civil disobedience of sit at home must not change an inch. And for many of you who think and thought that we are playing, when you come outside, like I tell you, you become a chicken. There are many things that lingered into that orchestrated, or I could say that propelled our sit at home and our civil disobedience. They are the marginalizations of the Nigerian state because of the hate they have on the so-called South, which we are now Biafrans. Because of the gift that God has given unto us, that's why they want to kill us. Because of our women does not suffer to deliver a child, that's why they want to kill us. Because of our men, if you like, put a Biafran person inside the desert because of the light that we carry from the womb of God when we were created. We can make the desert to turn to a pool of water. This is what the Western world do not like. That's why they find it very difficult to attack Nigeria terrorists and also charge President Mohamed Buhari, if it's life or death, any man in Asarok, for genocide and the Holocaust. But why are they not doing it? They train people to lie, people like Lai Mohammed, and they lie and lie and lie against you, orchestrate lies and put it on your head. And the stupid, some of the fools, our brothers who are still answering to be a Biafra, those of them in Kuwait, idiots, and those of them who are answering it do idiots. They don't want to look and see the impunity. Rather, what they do is they refuse to let Biafra come. When you rise up and when they see the fire in you that you're about to bring Biafra, they will conspire with the West, conspire with the Fulani, and they tries everything to make sure that you go down. And we are no longer interested on this dialogue, as Joshua Ikinla, Ororo Master, have spoken. Time for dialogue has passed. Time for negotiation has passed. Time for this and that has passed. We are in the era of let Biafra go. And some of our brothers and sisters are still behaving like those stupid, foolish people who were following Moses at the point of departure. They all were gullible. They all fed with longer throat. See, sometimes when I look into our leader, Mazin Nandekan, when I listen to some of his gospels, I'm asking, like my brother True Survivor said yesterday, he said, every time you listen to Mazin Nandekan message, it is like he is preaching exactly what is happening at the same moment. And we told you, the Igbo idiotic people, that the Fulanis are coming, that he need money to buy bullet and gun, and none of you paid attention. What happened last time in Eyamufu? What happened last time? They caught a Fulani loaded trailer of Dangote, bringing weapons in the southeast to bury them on the ground. And these are the people purpose, the spokesperson of Biafra. Whenever time Simon Ekpa speaks, you people should not think. Don't be so long through. Don't be so fool to think that we don't know the strategies that Elohim has sanctioned Mazi Simon Ekpa to carry out, also with Madam Azuka Charles Swanko, Honorable AKA Ebeje Jok. We have intention, we have a purpose. Mazin Nandekan, before he was kidnapped by the kidnapping state of Nigeria, Mazin Nandekan told us, he gave us a scripture and also addresses us and tell us very proper, like Jesus told the disciples before he was killed. He gave us prayer to pray. He also told us that this is a war that is coming, that he himself, Mazin Nandekan, is going to be on that particular front of the war, where he is today. Mazin Nandekan, one man alone, is fighting an armies that have more than $300 trillion. They're stocked by fraudulent manner from that same to call Nigeria to fight you, an individual, Biafra. And today they have succeeded in using some of your eflefus, people like Chike, Dozem, Chinas, and Woru, name them, Madubugo. These people, even using your own barrister that's supposed to have support you, defend you. What did they do? They are so gullible, idiots. None of them has an eye to look to the future, where this saga of the Fulani will bring you. I want you to close your eyes as I'm talking to you and look at yourself in the next 20 years to come as a Biafra, if God permits that you'll be alive. Because many of you who has hand in the kidnap of Mazin Nandekan, one thing I promise you is you can never see good things. This early morning, I have chosen to stand before Pharaoh in the bank of the river before he goes down to the stream. Therefore, I want us to listen very, very proper on this I'm going to play today. And this particular agitation is no longer left for the autopilot media teams. It is only left for everyone that is listening to me here. I want you to compare the things that are enjoying, some of us that are in Western world today. If you enjoy these kind of things in your Biafra land, is your end going to come? No, your end will not come. You see, in this country where I am in the Ourland, if I am broke and tired and broke, I have no money. There are places where I will go and I will get jacket free. Everything has been put in plan by the same people who are their parliament, their government. They know how to pull their people in order. But what have you gotten as a zoo, Nigeria individual? And one of the things that pains me and baffles me more is the same way the Fulanis are killing us. Our brothers, those people who claim to be, those who know Mazin Nandekan, those who have worked with him, those Eflefus, Chinas and Woru, and all the criminals in DOS, Patrick Ikem, all these idiots, Mugus, those who are persuading Patrick Ikensi. I saw that one idiot that looked like hippopotamus that live in Italy yesterday on the Facebook, ranting, talking trash. Idiots. Look at how they look like. And the impunity that they bestowed is now falling on their head. Idiot men and women who claim to have followed Mazin Nandekan, shouting. When you see them, they can't even know the signs of the time. But the end has come. When we started this sit at home, the first day of this sit at home, all of them start mocking us. And they start to say, no, sit at home will not come. Anything Mazin Nandekan said, Ejiofor succeeded in brainwashing our people with the Madubuko. And as this morning, I want to Ejiofor that still we are praying that he will leave Biafra land and disease from any corner where Mazin Nandekan is. It's not going to be by speed, But as long as we preach this gospel, Ejiofor and the Madubugu, very soon they're going to leave Biafra land forever. Nobody's going to kill them, but they will be hearing the sound of the noise of the Biafran flag being lifted again and again and again from anywhere they are in diaspora, because the Biafra land is going to chase them out. We are not going to kill any of you, because Biafrans, we are not going to kill all of you. We're never going to touch you. But after Biafra is come, we are going to use the laws of Biafra, and to try all of you based on the impunity that you have committed. This morning, I bring you the gospel of peace. And I want us to listen to this, our brother, that I was opportune to get his voice message. And let's listen and get wisdom. Get wisdom. Sit at home must continue. That's why we're here. Some of you who think that church is where God meets you. No. All the miracle that Jesus did, can't the ones they have done in the church. Jesus has never performed any miracle in the synagogue. Some miracle that Jesus Christ performed was outside the church. And I am here to also to alert you that the church has dismissed. Oremus, go home. Pray from your house. Was it not the pastor last time that told you that God is everywhere? If God is omnipotent and omniscience, I want you to, and omnipresent, sit into your house. God is present anywhere where your presence is. So this early morning, we still commence that every place in Biafra land, every church in Biafra land, Jesus did it one time in the synagogue when men and women are changing money into the house of God. That's exactly what is happening, because the church and the government of Nigeria are the same institution. They are all corrupt. So therefore, this morning, when you go to church, sit at home and meditate. There's a time to sit at home. And if there is any time to sit at home, it is now or never. I will take notes about church has dismissed in Biafra land until our sit at home are over. Now let's listen to our brother before we come back and share this broadcast accordingly. And God will bless you.
Just say by yourself, or this guy's gonna kill you.
Hi, wako sisi nepueme na kuruta. Ebube eluigwe mo bilien. Oji akpantu mene pilotimo. Olise binigwe mo bilien. Kulio bilio. Chukwu okike ABIAMA. Boro na nyaga. Kulio bilio. Chukwu okike ABIAMA. Boro na nyaga. Kulio bilisienu. Chukwu okike ABIAMA. Buziere na nyaga. Kulio bilienu. Chukwu okike ABIAMA. Buziere na nyaga. Maximum respect to my own diluted leader, Prophet Mazin Nandekano. EU kept quiet, America kept quiet, UN kept quiet, the whole world kept quiet. EU kept quiet, America kept quiet, UN kept quiet, the whole world kept quiet. EU kept quiet, America kept quiet, UN kept quiet, the whole world kept quiet. EU kept quiet, America kept quiet, UN kept quiet, the whole world kept quiet.
You must go and listen to Simon Ekpa, who is doing a very fantastic job. Very great job that Simon Ekpa is doing. Very, absolutely fantastic job that he's doing. You must listen to him and share his videos accordingly. Very, very important. He is bringing a new dimension to this very awareness that we're making, and you must listen to him. Very, very important.
Yes, can anybody hear me? Can you people hear me now, Roslyn? Shoma, can you hear me, please? All right. No one hears me. Can somebody call in and tell me he or she can hear me? Then we continue. People are very funny. So all these people are in the comment section here are idiots. Okay. I will continue. They are here to distract me, but the Lord is gracious. What we're saying in the nutshell is there is nothing like sit at home. If you cannot hear me, go and change your device. And I don't want to hear that any longer. Since you are here, you cannot even say, oh, you can hear or you cannot hear. That's our people for you. So what we're saying in a nutshell is there is never going to be a church this early morning. If you are still thinking that you're going to church this morning, I want you to sit in your house, sit back home, sit there. And there is nothing like church this morning because we are sitting at home. We are sitting at home this morning. And there's a reason why we are sitting at home. Okay, we are hearing you very loud. Thank you, my brother. Somebody came here and they start me that they cannot hear me. You cannot hear me. Thank you so much for hearing me. Franklin, I thank you so much. Thank you. You know, distractors are here to tell us that you cannot hear me. And I will still continue in playing the voice of that our brother. If you guys can no longer hear me, I will go back on it. So now let's keep on playing. I want you on anything that we are playing. I want you to any voice we are playing, take and pay attention to any voice we are playing because there has a lot of input in our lives. Now let's listen.
Saw 8 towns in a Yamufu camped in one school. They were eating gari with no soup. Are they doing Christmas? Black man, you're on your own. Me. You're on your own. Someone Eba. The Igbo says that Dimba Dano. Please do not leave because I'm scared you might leave. Let me tell you why I'm scared you might leave. Scandinavia is one of the most advanced nations of the world. 99.9% of a black man that goes out will not care about Africa. Let me tell you. It takes a special person. To bring himself out of such circumstances. So why am I speaking to the Igbos? So
it takes a special person to leave everything that God has given unto him. Just when this our brother is talking, you also look into the life of our leader Mazin Nnamdi Kanu. Mazin Nnamdi Kanu is a prince at the same time a king if he chooses to be. But what did he do? He left the palace of his father. He left everything that belongs to him, and he chose to parlor the affair to liberate you and I, to educate us on the impunity of the Fulani. What did they do? The Southeast people, the Igbos, their own people. No wonder the Bible says he came to his own, but did not recognize him. But it is only those who recognize and knew what Mazin Nnamdi Kanu has in him that he gave the power. That's why he tell you he's looking for 100 men to work with him to pilot the affair of this Biafra. And when we talk about it, many people say, don't mind them. They are idiots. People like China Sanworu, Nelo Fuebu, Nsiman Sobong, let me call their name, Achebe. All these idiots, when Biafra come, you will end up. I wonder some of these idiots, they don't have a wife and a relative to educate them because they are all blind not to see the rating that are coming up. Ejiofor, Madubugo, all these fools. Now, I want to bring your attention before I continue with the voice of our brother. Those people now who are now working with the Chinas and Woru, long time before you see this Nelly of Webu come and to tell us how Chinas and Woru kill our people and leave their body. Now, she, the same idiot, Nelly of Webu, the naked woman, is now also paying alliances with Chinas and Woru, the killer and the Chike, for you to understand that your enemy can do anything to combine with another enemy, their enemy. I mean, let me put it in the way you can understand it. Two enemies can come in the same force to kill the man that carries the light. Now, I want you to listen to one video I got from Nela Fuebu, where she thought that we were food. Now, listen to this.
Men and one girl. These gallant men were killed and their bodies left to rotten and decay in bushes. China Sanworu made sure they were killed. China Sanworu also made sure that their bodies were left to rotten. China Sanworu made money out of killing these 5 gallant men and women. After China Sanworu set these comrades up, they were killed, and China Sanworu proceeded to demand for 2 million naira so that their bodies will be deposited into a mortuary. The money was transferred to Chinasa's account. Chinasa also demanded 450,000 naira to be given to him from the money that were meant for food for our comrades. Out of the 500K he gave them for food, China Sanworu went ahead and requested for another 150,000 naira. For he said he needed to go and pick up the bodies and deposit into a mortuary. Biafrans, it's very heartbreaking to inform all of you that despite all the money that Chinasa took for those he killed, he never picked up their bodies. He left the bodies to rotten and decay in the forest. Eventually, we got in contact with the village heads, and we have been making arrangements to go and pick up the bodies of our foreign heroes. Dear friends, there's so much to talk to you about Chinasa Sanworu and Chike Dosiem. But for this very, very short video, I will leave it for...
Now, this same woman who knew those who are killing our people, killing Biafrans, the same woman now is fighting the same Biafra that she was defending few months ago. You will understand that to tell you that Biafra has come. This woman you heard her voice is one of the evil that is also emerged from the pit of hell to destroy Biafra, Nele of Webu and the Siman Sabong. This is what you can see on Igbo people. As long as it is not piloted by them, let them destroy it. That is their intention and agenda. But Chineke Karekaha, God is bigger than all this evil. That's why we want to get Biafra. It will take us. Our seat at home is non-negotiable. If you go to church this morning, what you see on the road, you take. Don't take it for granted. And don't tell your people, tell your family, tell your person not to be a victim of this circumstance. I am honest to you. Because many of you will say, let them come and try. Let them come and try. Let them come and try. The more you are coming out to try, you don't even know where the strange thing is coming to hit you. And before you know it, and by that time, they're going to target to someone there. They're going to say, this one is this time. No, sit at home so that your days will be long. Some of you will say we are ranting here. We are not ranting. This early morning, some of you are still sleeping, but we're here early this morning to also educate many of you on what you don't know that's bigger than you. One thing we know is the only gift that God has given unto us is sit at home order, and we must utilize it very proper, irrespective of what the enemies are saying about us, irrespective of what they think about us. Biafra is here. Biafra is here. when we tell you that Biafra is here. The intention of the sit at home, and sometimes when Dragon comes online to talk, many people think that we are joking. No, it is not a joke. We have a strategy, and the people that is with us is who we don't know. Not only the physical, we work with the spirit of the people that are dead in Biafra. They are working for us. Know it now. If you like, target at anything. And from henceforth until our sit at home, you'll be seeing us regularly on different platforms to make sure that we speak to people. And the only thing we ask you to do for us is to cut some of our video and send it across. Igbo man is one of the worst people. Igbo people are very, very evil. When someone sees that his brother is doing something that they cannot do, you see them murmuring at their back. Some claims to know, but they don't know anything. That's why even myself, I've decided to cut off myself from some certain people, because you must be careful on this agitation. Your own immediate brother. Today, I still comments and tell people, there is no way Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be sold or will be kidnapped without some members of his family knowing what is there. That's why you see many of them today, they refuse to speak. From his own people, from his own family. There is no way, there is no one from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's families whose hand is in his kidnap. That's why they are working immensely. Remember the first sit at home? Chike Dozem, who was bringing the sit at home. That was when, what is his name again? Kanu Takanu came out and confirmed that it was Onyendu that spoke. And we have never even want to go into there. And now they are all enemy together with the DOS. DOS fighting this. Chike Dozem will come and tell us, he has no right. Look at the impunity these people has committed from the past. And so foolish people are still saying, DOS is the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is DOS. One thing we must know is the DOS has an alliance with the zoo government to kill the original Biafran, which is the autopilot. But today, glory be to God, there's a confession yesterday who prompted out from a woman we do not know that now tell us one of the commander of Chinasanworu that Nnamdi Kanu appeared to him. I want such a brother to come out and hide your face and come and talk about it. It is good. When God gave you such a revelation, if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu manifests to you, you come on the line and make it open to people so that we know. Chinasanworu, we know long time criminal. He was so-called more powerful. And I still say to people who are still, following this idiot, you are a fool. Chinasanworu is in Kuwait, masking himself, collecting money from government with a mad book. And they draw for lying. Now, let's connect the dot. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was discharged from the court, what did the Ejiofor did? Ejiofor was filled with the terror, with fear, because the truth must surely come out. What did they do? Ejiofor came out instantly and began to build alliances with those of them that have hand in this in the selling the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We were all like, hey, Ikengiruago, supported him. I was like, Ejiofor, a whole lawyer, a criminal that said, Ikengiruago, a thief, criminal, double-faced agent that said that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu na Mongwana Palace. Master Prophet has the clips up to today. But Ejiofor paid alliance with those who are fighting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Look at Chike Dozem, the idiot his brother denied last time ago. Ejiofor said Chike Dozem, the criminal, one of the person that even caused harm to the Biafra. Because if he's a real man, I'm not talking about them here, they have been expelled, but sometimes I like to hit something to bring something. These are criminals on the core, those who think that our sit at home will not move forward. I saw them yesterday perambulating, thinking that the sit at home order has been cancelled. Putani hero now. Tell Chinasanworu to come and unmask his face. Tell Chinasanworu to come out and do live video. All of you that are following him. Rather, I will tell you, do same, I cannot show my face. How can you be fool? You are most fool. They know you, but they don't know them. The reason why I follow Simon Ekpa and he's following me also, because we see ourselves. The reason why I follow Mramazuka, because I know who she is. Face to face, she's not a mask. You cannot be in a damn masquerade and say you are a leader of Biafra. That's why we're here to tell you, all of you that are coming to Radio Biafra, hey, all of you, you know why I'm saying this? Because you are fool. Brain. How can a masked man, and what most of you one time ago were also saying Buhari is a masked person, an imposter. Then the imposter also is also in your DOS. So Buhari is also a leader of the DOS. That's why we expel these idiots who are thinking that they're going to tackle our seat at home. The more you come out, the more your secret is being revealed. On the street, this is not a time to play. We have crossed the Rubicon and no more going back. So now I want all of you who think that it is a joke. Every church in Biafra land should be under lock and key. Nothing like a church. Go pray inside your house. God is everywhere to hear you. Yes, God is everywhere to hear you. Any idiot that then passed to say that there's going to be a church today, we are doing this for your own benefit. Like the dragon has said, we must make sure that we push all of you into Biafra land by fire, by thunder, whether you like it or not. Then after Biafra comes, so many of you who are people like Chinas and Woru, Madubugo, Paris, Ifeanyi Ejiofor, plus the other. And I want to tell the Igbo people today, Imotangwa wasn't Ejiofor, because Ejiofor has been compared now with Ifajuna, selling Mazin Kano, rumbling and rumbling, discharging the seat at home. The only principle, I could say, conjugal right that we have to liberate Biafra. We don't have weapons. We are just fighting with the hand, and the Ejiofor is working with the Mad Bugo and the criminals in the DOS. Check their intention. What is their intention? What have they done since Mazinan Kano has been rendited? Nothing. The only thing they do, they stand at the back of Simon Ekpa. Is Simon Ekpa the enemy? Simon Ekpa is not the enemy. Simon Ekpa is the one that people know now that is really standing on the justice way to get Biafra and the formidable way to get Biafra with his autopilot team, which I'm one of them. Those who are called. Before Mazinan Kano left, before even the preparation, he saw it already in the vision. That shows me that he's a man of truth and a man of God. He first of all tell us what is about to come and promise us also that he's about to engage in this war, and that this very war, according to Hamadike, that he is going to be on the front side of it, and he prepared us very well with the whole book of Psalms. Do you think that that God who he called is going to disappoint him? No. And everything God says is what stands. Our intention for the seat at home is to prepare you on what is to come, and at the same time comb our villages, our cities, our town, our bushes, and find out where the Fulanis has buried the ammunition, because they have come to kill you. And your Hanes Endoshin and Dama are still thinking it's a play. George Obiozo, Kadi Kambe, Okanamagari, all of honor. The revolution has started. Biafra land will not contain all of you. Also, Konogaba, those of you who have decided that we are not going to have peace, Biafra land is going to change all of you, chase you out to Sahel. That is where you belong. Go to the north. Go and eat adoro by Fulani, because there is no atom of Igbo-ness in you. The enemies are intensifying themselves, burying weapons. Last time a helicopter in Enugu, didn't you see it? And you see Burono. And the same people who are now saying, no, sit at home, our people are going to do Christmas. I got to you talk. You are just like those people who are complaining In the Bible, they have never eaten a cucumber and onions for one day. They are common chicken. One day, you will wait chineke. God has said, is it because of chicken? I think that happened in the book of Numbers or somewhere. Okay, God said chicken. All right, chicken is why you are castigating the man of God, changing the narrative of the IPOBs upside down. Chineke, way. God was angry with the people. And what did God do? God caused them to eat chicken. Not only one day, they start to eat chicken. Not return. I think God having the gun now. Yes, I know. So that is the thing. And they were complaining about God. Even if we are in the Pharaoh, some people see the movement of Biafra to our freedom land is just the same thing, similar to the movement of the people of Israel. They complained when it is a time to wait. Moses went to the mountain. Before he come back, they constructed another article and call it their God. That is where your DOS are leading you. This DOS led by Chike Doziem, because DOS is no longer led by Mazen Nanakano until it's out. They are criminals. They are the ones that collected all the jewelries from the women and the children and molded a golden calf. A golden calf, small calf, belittling the God of Biafra. That is exactly what's happening now. And they start to complain. The Bible also recorded at the end of that saga, the earth opened up and swallowed all of them. After Aaron, came out and said, if you believe in autopilot, come this way. If you believe in DOS, come this way. And those of them that believe in the DOS, which is the way of perversion, evil, they all ended up, the earth opened up and swallowed all of them. The same way is going to repeat itself this time, this hour, when we're about to get our Biafra. What am I trying to say here? I am saying this because the scenario of when people begin to get longer throat to go back to Egypt, to go back to Nigeria. One idiot yesterday on a Twitter space was asking Simon, and he also alleged to be one of the forming from Ongwa. Idiot. It's okay. Maybe this guy should be a brother to, what is it called? Abbas, aka Mohammed in Kuwait. That mask and that masquerade commanding people. Idiot. All of you. Putiro, election. There is no church this time. That idiot on Twitter yesterday came out and disgraced himself. He wouldn't even allow the dragon to ask him a question. You are arguing, you are fighting for Christmas because of chicken. And they we got that. And in the Bible, God said when they are complaining, leave us. So it's better we go back to Egypt. That is where we will go back to Egypt. And God said, okay, you are complaining because of onions and cucumber and chicken. Chineke we shinenu. Okoko soon everywhere. They ate chicken not one day, they ate chicken not 2 days, they ate chicken not 3 days, they ate chicken, they flesh of affliction, they ate meat of affliction. All of you in the DOS, all you Southeast governor, you are going to eat the flesh of affliction. Your generation will never see good thing for not allowing us to get our Biafra. But let me tell you, we must not go back. God is always in search of a man, and not men's, but man. He was in search of a man in the book of Nehemiah. In the book of Nehemiah, God was busy looking for a man. God is always in the business of restoration. When you think that you are too, I could say you are too rocky for him to break your heart, he will litter you and take another person. And that's exactly what took place when we sacked all of them, the fraudulent DOS, out of pilot February last year. Is it this year? My head is not even everything. Let me tell you, we sacked them. God have used Mazi Simon to so many great and wonderful things, and that's why they're looking any possible means, to annihilate him, just like China Samworu kills the people. And they will come and tell you, Onyendu said. And one of the worst things that these people does is when they come to shout on the radio, if you don't know these criminals, you think that they have a point. And many people who just joined IPOB today They will use the own name of Onyendu and tell you, yeah, Onyendu say, Mazi Chinedu. There's another idiot also they call Mazi Chinedu. That horrible man, I don't like his face. His voice for one day, idiot. Mazi Chinedu that always come to his platform on the Radio Biafra. It is biggest fool, warmonger, evil conspirator, Ike Peters, Alozie. These are old fools in Radio Biafra saying to you that they are in pursuit. These are men in America that have gone to pension, but because they are idiots, old fools, answering veteran on the Radio Biafra that have been polluted. Ndara, ndara. It was before, when the Holy Spirit was in the church. That is when I used to go to church. But if you ask me, the Holy Spirit have been aborted. Why should you go to church? God is in your house. Go there. Go and sit at your house. Don't even come out. God is interested, looking for men and women who will stand with Rebel Azuka, stand with autopilot, stand with truth and justice to restore Biafra. We are not looking face. Many of you are saying, come down now, come down now, come down now, come down now. Come down where? Have you seen a man like I said today? You know, are you mad? Share this broadcast to your janjaweeds that Mazi Okonkwo is live. Every day our anger gets higher because you cannot kill our people in Ihiamufu. Check them, 250 people lie low in one village. The whole village is finished, and somebody will tell you, no, can't sit at home. Onyendu said. Onyendu also, let me tell you one thing you must know. Onyendu himself will not make all Biafra. Onyendu need people. Onyendu need mad people. Onyendu need all of us. But since you have been using the name of Onyendu to orchestrate this, your lies and hatred, we are telling you here that we must take not everything that Onyendu said from prison. If they want Onyendu to calm the situation, let Onyendu come out and minister to us from Afari Beku, then we will believe. I want to show you a scripture that God is in search for a man. This early morning, get ready. And I hope it will be bold enough for you to understand. Ndara, unune joker. Church. I am going to read from the book of Nehemiah, of course. I will read for you the book of Nehemiah, and I hope you see it. Now, for the book of Nehemiah, let me read it. That God is not in search. God has a particular people. This is the book of Nehemiah. A particular people. And before God choose you, why I'm saying this from the voice clip that I just played, yet finished, from one of our brother here. He is in search of a man who is connected. People like Simon, Ipamazindan Kano, Ojukwu, and not a virgin and the Wazirike. No, these are not the people, or China Sangurejo, for these are evil people. God sees your heart. God saw Satan's heart before he dethroned him. That is the same way God saw the heart of your DOS through the eyes of Simon Ekpa, because you are the eyes by which this universe observe everything. We observe them. And I about here, disgrace all of them. I read Nehemiah 1. The words of Nehemiah, son of Hekaliah, in the month of Kislev, the 20th year, while I was in the citadel of Susan, Hananiah, one of my brother, came from Judah with some other men, and I questioned them about the Jewish remnant that had survived the exile, and also about Jerusalem, the kingdom. Now he said, they said to me, those who survived the exile are back in the province. No, let me, verse 3. They said to me, those who survived the exile are back and are back in the province, are in great trouble and disgrace. Now, you see your people, if you see your people being disgraced, you see your people being jeopardized, you see your people being marginalized by the Fulani Janjaweed, what is your own opinion? What is your contribution? The contribution of your DOS, your barrister, your former Bugo, is to cut salt, to put salt into salt. But we're looking here, Simon, we're looking from this particular scripture, the spirit that is entered Simon, the spirit that have entered Mazen and the canon. This Nehemiah is a man that has a burden for the restoration of his own people, a burden to ask how far our people who are in Yamufu is doing, but they do not have that burden to check if our people have been killed. They forget so fast how many people Dave Omahi has slaughtered under their watch. But I want to read for you Nehemiah, his action, his thought, why God chose him. God is interested of a man who can stand like Simon Epa and Mazen Nanakano without looking forward where they are, conducive where they are, looking at their ecclesiastic title, looking that they are barrister, they are lawyer, they have cars, they have houses in Europe. But what happened? Nehemiah is only interested on how he has to support his people. And now look at the action of Nehemiah, verse 4. He said, when I heard these things, I sat down and wept. Do you have a burden? Does it concern you? All of you who are saying, cancel the sit at home, our people die for Christmas. When you eat Christmas, next year you eat Chris Grave. Mugus, sit at home. Pastor, Nejoka, you're not wiser than Nehemiah. Do you talk about anointing? Some of you, God even does not speak to you like Nehemiah, but they look at it here. Nehemiah, God spoke to him, but still, his ecclesiastic title did not stop him from listening to the burden, listening to the affairs of his own people, but he called the affairs of his own people, number one, priority. And that is such a man that God has found on Mazen and Simon. All of you that are castigating or sit at home calling Simon names and autopilot. Onana Yara. You go to the church. Do you read Nehemiah to understand why his name is recorded in the scripture? You're going to church, call yourself Pastor Ndara. When Nehemiah had it in verse 4 of that particular Nehemiah chapter 1 verse 4, and said, when I heard these things, I sat down and I wept because he has a burden. He wept the same way Simon wept, the same way Jesus wept, the same way Mazen Nanakan wept, the same way many other people. Owaziriko also at the initial wept, but after that he backslided. Because original becomes first. Imitation was once original before it was changed. Don't you see that? When I heard these things, I sat down and I wept for some days, mourned and fasted and prayed. Was he walking on the street? No, he sat down in his house. He sit at home. Nehemiah sat at home, and before God speak to him and gave him particular what he's going to do for release and also the protection of his people. Let me take verse 5 before it is. Then I said, Lord, the God of heaven, the great and awesome God who is his covenant and of love with those who love him and keep his commandment, let your ear be attentive and your eyes open to hear our prayers. Your servant is praying before you day and night. For your servant, the people of Israel, I confess these sins we Israelites, including myself and my father family, have committed against you. We have acted very wickedly towards you. We have not obeyed the commandment, decrees, and the laws you gave your servant Moses. Remember the instructions you gave your servant Moses, saying, if you are unfaithful, I will scatter you among the nation. And this is the main problem that the Biafran has. But now God has released Simon Epa, Mazinam the Kano, plus many other people in autopilot, both a woman, that they are coming up. They are coming up to restore the sovereignty state of Biafra, to restore, to make us become friendly again with God. And this is the area where we must sit at home to look into, because Biafran affair is a spiritual issue. All right? It is a spiritual issue. By the time when we all gather together and listen to the instructions of the dragon, listen to the instructions of the autopilot, God will restore us. Verse 9, he said, but if you return to me and obey my commandment, then will I, what is the point? Okay, now, let me see. If you are scatter you among the nations, verse 9, but if you return to me and obey my commands, then even if you are exiled, people are at the farthest horizon, I will gather them from from there and bring them to the place I have chosen as a dwelling for my name. Did you see it? And this is the real and main purpose we are pushing for Biafra to be restored. Those of you who don't know anything are shouting, killing, casketing us, saying that we don't know what we're doing. God is looking for a man. God is looking for a man like Simon Eba. A man, when Mazen Nankan was asked, which kind of men do you need in Biafra? He told you the kind of men he need. A man and woman who will not be notorious like Chinas and Woru and of course Ejiofor. Sold Mazen Nankan. The information reaching us. Even some minutes before Mazen Nankan boarded the flight, Ejiofor has communication with Mazen Nankan. But all this while, Ifeanyi Ejiofor was running around claiming that he did not know what happened to Mazen Nankan. Now, that's why they don't want Biafra to come. That's why they don't want Mazen Nankan to come out. Ifeanyi Ejiofor told us that he have the CCTV footage of what happened in Kenya. So what is he waiting for? Why don't he use it in Kenya court? Why has Ejiofor never used those CCTV footage in Kenya, those who kidnap Mazen Nankan? Can't you ask yourself a question before you start to support evil? Do you see the impunity these people has committed? I think I should put a number. I don't know if any brother or sister want to call. Now, our people don't even want to call to contribute. They also want people to only do the brokers alone. I'm going to put a number here. If you want to call it, you call. Let me put it on the comment section. One thing you must know, there are few of us that have been called into this, and we must not go back. We are here, and we're live, and we're direct. Waking up this morning, sometimes we don't even brush our teeth, we start to broke. Because when you sleep, this is not the time for sleeping. This is not the time for checking your skin. We are on the bush, and everybody must put hand to walk hand in hand. Thank you, Anoma. Is it Emmanuel? Emmanuel Shika, thank you. Let them come out and try now. That's a number. I think I have the caller. Shinonsu, my brother. Good morning, Mazi. Good morning. God bless you.
Good afternoon. How are you doing, my brother?
I'm very fine, Mazi. Thank you. Long time, sir.
Yes, so I told you my phone is having issues. So that is why I'm not coming up to it to expose.
Okay.
But I believe by putting some time will be okay.
Yes. Everything has time and season.
So how is that? In fact, autopilot is our code is almost now is in fact it's more than what they are receiving from me.
Yes, sir.
It just remains that my name is
as long as we come
as a warning to all of them that we are not joking. As a warning to all of them that we are not joking. I do peaceful actualization of whatever rubbish is called. I have seen where you become free by peaceful means. If you know, you tell me. I'm a student of contemporary history. I have never come across anywhere in history books where you get your freedom out of a peaceful process. It's never happened. Never, ever, ever.
Now, let me ask you if
that is why every Biafran must rise up to make sure not even chicken will be seen in the street. They capture Mazenam, they can. Oh, you see, we have captured him. They have captured him. Now, he, his activity is this Biafra thing. So give us Igbo prisoners.
I don't know what is really going on.
And then you delay it actually refresh. I don't know.
I have done that, but I don't know what is going on. Some people say it's working, some say no.
Okay, go
back now. All right, I think it's back now. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
He contributes.
Okay, go on.
Now, about this sit at home, I name it. Oh, a very good thing. But you see, many people are not observing it. Just like in Aba people, they are not observing it. I called my senior brother, even the first day, the type of headache I had, I've never went with that type of headache before. Because they just called me everywhere. Ayanas everywhere. So I called my brother. He said that even yesterday I called him. They were not observing it. Do you know why? They said that they are memory an audio. That is the last announcement which they made. They just deceive everybody. So until now on Aba and Onitsha, some parts of Onitsha.
Don't worry, my sister. I have a lot of Onitsha here who sat at home. I don't know where they are giving you a report for. So you have to check those people if they are on the US.
No, but the one of Aba Are. I called my senior brother and even I called one of our sisters here and one of whom I done report for which on the other way. The thing because
don't worry. Now listen to me.
This time around,
we have a strategies on how we do things. When we started, I think it's a joke. So don't worry. Today we have told them no church, no market. Tomorrow we continue.
No church. Everybody must sit at home.
About people will hear it.
If this is
and some people I still want to tell you, some people observed it. I don't know where your family are and where they are operating from, but Abba sit at home. We have evidence and videos here. I'm telling you. So thank you so much.
My blood brother, my senior brother, and his family.
Okay. Where
I called them even My husband said, that they should stay there because anything I told them pop and play.
Very important.
You see, I told them because before anyone has any information, I will be the first person to pass the message to them because whatever happened to you, Abasaram.
Yes, thank you so much.
Just obey it at home. So, my brother, keep it up.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So, on your sorrow, or no, on your here now 2023, there will be no election.
We are moving. So you got what because now one thing not there, like as I said before, another mama do but
exactly.
So
exactly,
because the same people who have been watching them are the same people who are gonna kill them in a bar market and say, yeah, it is yes
exactly.
So please warn them very well from this tomorrow to from this after this morning I'm talking to you to tomorrow. It's going to be a different shape. It's going to be a different shape, and they must know that we are enforcing it. We are not just saying it, but we are enforcing it at home.
Enforce it.
Thank you so much.
Whether they like it or not, they must sit at home because our people have been killed. Only our people much. Why can't you sit at home? Only 5 days.
Only 5 days, and that is
only
difficult
5
for them.
days. Only 5 days.
All right.
I drink it too much. As if now that Oba Ega Ena Baby came with 20 years. This 5.
All right, thank you, my sister. Thank you. The warning have been given, so I appreciate you so much. Let me pick this caller. I've been calling so much. Caller on the line. Good morning from here. Mazoko with you. Your name and where you are. I've been calling you. You don't pick. God bless.
I'm calling from.
Mazi, please, can we hear your voice very well? Are you calling from the zoo?
I'm calling from the zoo.
Okay, tell us the update. Babe.
Nsuka.
Nsuka, precisely.
Hello?
I'm hearing you, Maz. Go on. Go on, Maz. Go on. We're hearing you.
Yes, Ubola for. They're going on my business.
Okay, in Obola for they're going to business today, Sunday also.
Everything's going like they are no sit at home at all.
Okay, don't worry. Obola for we hear from the sit at home any moment. But if you have anybody there, tell them to sit in.
Okay.
So that they will not be people like you will test the hair. You got to go in. You know, our people don't understand until when they understand, they will understand.
Okay.
Thank
you for the good work you are doing.
Thank you, Mazi. Tell your family they should be careful because chakapum no bro for yeah. But one thing we know is we are coming this morning to force the sit at home. No church will be open. God bless you, Mazi.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mazi. God bless you. God bless you. Yes, God bless you. No. If you has a family, tell them to sit at home. Tell your father, tell your mother, your pastors to sit at home. And because we are going to push them inside, we must push them inside. The reason why we're going to push them inside is what we know that we know that we know. Now, I'm still going to play the voice of one of our brothers to you so that you're listening how stupid and gullible our people are. We are here in Europe fighting for them, and that's why I'm here this early morning to still tell them to make sure that every one of them sits in. You must sit in because people have died on this struggle. Those who have died for you, those who are defending you, will not die and you are today going to market. Because those people who died on your cost, they are also supposed to be in the market. But since you don't respect those who died for you in the process of defending, then we are going to make sure that we push you inside to stay on this particular sit at home, whether you like it or not. We push all of you into the land of Biafra, whether you like it or not. By fire, by thunder, all of you must enter to Biafra. We must push you. I got aka so that for some of you, let me see here. I think I have something from our Honorable Ben have taken over, and someone is telling us that nothing's happened. Let me share what Jog has given it to me now. Jog, thank you for this update. Let me go towards it. And now we give you updates for people who say men and the grand men are going to market. If you are in Obolafo, sorry, if you are in Obolafo, tell your family to go inside in Obolafo, in Suka. If they don't understand, we must make sure that we'll explain to them that there are people who have died on the course of this Biafra, and all of them, truly all of them must be respected. None of them will not be respected. All of them must be respected. So if you have a family in Obolafo, those of you who are going to church, you must sit in. And when they will not discuss, so we must respect all of them. And I want to alert you that you must sit at home. Let me at the screen and bring the updates about from Madam Azuka Charles Wankwo Egbeje Jogo. All right, it's coming. Let's see here. All right. Oh, the in the battle. The internet will not take over. What's going on here? Yes, okay. Now let's look into what is happening there. Then I will call it a day. We've been here for a long time now. And I hope our people have understand the purpose of our sit at home. We want to explain to all of you gullible zoo animals that there's a need to sit at home. Somebody said there's no sound. I'm going to make it, don't worry. I'll put a sound on it. Yes, I'm going to put a sound.
This government, now our government. Now we be the real I will be the real sir. Now government.
We are telling all of you, tell your father, tell your mother, we want this road. We want Biafra land to be smooth as this road is. You know, sometimes when we are telling our people something they don't understand. Don't be a scapegoat on what is coming to you, because we must push all of you. I think this battle must first of all take place in us first. We have to first of all educate our people, flog them, so that they will know that their longer throat is what is holding us. And that is why we say enforcement of the sit at home. I just be there, and if they don't respect this 5-day sit at home, we are going to amplify it. You know why? Because you can't even stand to fight the Fulanis who come to rape your mother. What you do is what you will eat today and die tomorrow. Shame unto you all. Shame unto you all. Now listen to what Mazinan gonna say to you.
As a warning to all of them that we are not joking. I do not believe in peaceful actual.
Thank you. That is a very strong warning to you. We do not believe. Cry crocodile tears. How long have you eaten from hand to mouth, from hand to mouth, from hand to mouth, and you are there in the zoo? You cannot do anything. They're coming to rape your mother, rape your sister, take you. And we cannot look your faces for Fulani to come and take our land. So our men are on the ground to chase you inside your house so that we can be able to find out where Fulanis has buried weapon to destroy all of us. Somebody saying no bola for Inaba. We know, don't worry, our men are alive and dead, and we know also that the enemies are working hard. But one thing our leader Mazen Nanakanu has told us, he said, when you think that you have been buffeted from all corners, he said, you must be strong in your mind. We know that these are saboteurs. The same thing they do, the Janjaweed does in the election. They can also go and bring Fulanis and put them on the street and tell you that these are Igbos. But very soon, all of you that are on the street, some of you also maybe will die today. You don't know. We are not afraid to tell you that everyday men die. And many people have died in the course of Biafra. So if you also die as a result of standing on the street to frustrate what we are doing, that is the only where. Check my title. Say sit at home or we will sit you to where you choose to be. Mazin Nandagano, talk to these people once again.
Realization of whatever rubbish is called. I have never seen a warning to all of them that we are not joking. I do not believe in peaceful actualization of whatever rubbish is called. I have never seen where you become free by peaceful means. If you know, you tell me. I am a student of contemporary history. I have never come across anywhere in history books where you get your freedom out of a peaceful process. It's never happened. Never, ever, ever.
Now let me ask you, if
that is why every Biafran must rise up to make sure not even chicken will be seen in the street. They capture Mazenam, they can. Oh, you see, we have captured him. They have captured him. Now, his activity is this Biafra thing. So give us Igbo prisoners.
We are going to force all of you inside house. We are going to do that. We force you inside house so that we're going to quit no name. This morning, and some of you are wandering on the street in Obola or anywhere it is mentioned, wait for us. Woto woto. Both for Fulani and all of you saboteurs in the Biafra land, then you're going to hear it woto woto this early morning. As long as God lives, we are going to force all of you out of poverty. Someone when you are so long on one room apartment, and you flat, man, adopted from flat, you will not understand what you that it is that your life have expanded because you are already familiar with the little you have is contented. That's why you jump up the street in Ebola for as they said. That's why Chinas and Woru will betray you to come and they will kill you by themselves in Ngwa, in Aba. So we are going to help you to force you alive inside house so that you will know. No name. I greet Biafran from here, and my name is Mazi Okonkwo Austin. For some of you who do not know, please, I want you to subscribe to my channel. Go to the YouTube and subscribe to Mazi Okonkwo Biafran TV, and so that anytime that we are live, and the reason why we want all of you to subscribe on our channel is because anytime when Mazi Simon Eba is on live, we always have to share the screen. We always have to also share out from him. And anytime on fundraising, we always want people to see that we are live, and that is the main thing. That is the main thing. So we want you to go to my channel, Mazi Okonkwo, and subscribe, and God will always bless you and your family, and bless everything you lay your hands. From me, from here, it is still good morning. And in a short while, we will be still coming on live today again. God bless all of you. These days, we have nothing but broadcasting and broadcasting and broadcasting and broadcasting. We are coming online again this evening with the Autopilot Media Team this afternoon from 5 p.m. We are going to be live to address some certain issues before Simon Ekpa comes in, and we are going to do a lot. So God bless all of you. From here, I say good morning to all of you.